Welcome to Pulse 24. Massive capital reshapes the infrastructure map, national borders fracture the cloud, and agents begin to dismantle the app layer.
Good to be with you, Nate. The numbers this week are staggering.
Let us start with the money. Oracle is going to the bond markets with a historic target.
They initiated a bond offering on 2nd of February seeking up to $50 billion to fund cloud expansion.
That is a nation-state level of debt for server racks.
It matches the scale of demand. SoftBank is also finalizing a $30 billion injection into OpenAI as of 28th of January.
So we are seeing $80 billion of liquidity hitting the hardware layer in 1 week.
Exactly, and it signals that organic cash flow can no longer fund the next frontier of model training.
What does this shift to debt-financed infrastructure mean for the enterprise buyer?
It means the cost of entry for new providers is becoming prohibitively high, hardening the oligopoly.
Does this debt load pose a risk to pricing downstream?
Inevitably, debt servicing costs will pass to the consumer, so API prices may floor rather than fall further.
If I am negotiating a compute contract for 2027, what is the move?
Treat compute access as a financial derivative and lock in long-term rates immediately.
Because the vendors will need to squeeze margins to pay the bondholders.
Precisely. Do not expect the race to the bottom on pricing to continue indefinitely.
From capital walls to physical borders, the map of the cloud is changing.
We saw two major policy moves this week that challenge the idea of a uniform global cloud.
India is pulling a fiscal lever to bring workloads onshore.
On 1st February, New Delhi introduced a zero tax policy for foreign AI cloud services hosted locally.
That is a direct aggressive bid against the US hyperscalers.
It is, and meanwhile the UAE launched K2 Think on 27th of January, a sovereign open source model.
So one offers a tax haven, the other offers a state-backed model.
It suggests we are entering an era of fragmented cloud jurisdiction, where geography dictates capability.
For a CIO running a global stack, this sounds like a compliance nightmare.
It breaks the build once, deploy everywhere promise of the last decade.
How do we balance the tax incentives against the migration friction?
You must audit your data residency requirements this quarter to see where the tax breaks outweigh the re-architecture costs.
And regarding the sovereign models like K2 Think,
evaluate them as viable redundancies. Relying solely on US-aligned models is now a concentration risk.
Turning to the interface, Google is making moves that might make standalone apps obsolete.
They integrated Gemini directly into Google Maps and Chrome on 29th of January.
This allows the browser to take action, not just retrieve information.
Users can now execute complex queries and tasks without ever leaving the navigation layer.
If Gemini books my table through Maps, what happens to the reservation app?
It gets disintermediated. The user intent is captured and executed at the operating system level.
This feels like the search wars all over again, but for action rather than clicks.
It is deeper. Product leaders need to realize their competition is no longer just other apps, but the platform itself.
If I own a travel or logistics platform, is my UI dead?
Your UI is secondary. You must redesign your customer journey to be machine-readable by default.
So the customer is an agent, not a human.
Correct. Ensure your services expose clear APIs so these OS-level agents can transact with you frictionlessly.
Lightning round, 2 quick hits. The chip supply chain is sending a signal.
Samsung and SK Hynix announced on 29th January they will limit capacity expansion despite record earnings.
That sounds like price fixing by another name.
It is supply discipline. Expect memory prices to stay high and secure your allocation commitments now.
And finally, a reality check from the macro markets.
Norway's wealth fund released stress tests on 30th of January showing a potential 50% portfolio loss if the AI bubble bursts.
A sober warning for the bulls.
Quantify your own systemic exposure. If the hype cycle breaks, ensure your balance sheet can survive the correction.
Stay curious, stay informed. See you next time.